Well, August is National Make a Will Month. The goal to highlight the importance of not just creating a will, but developing a comprehensive estate plan. Here to explain is Rubin with Drazen, Rubin Law. Stephen, thank you so much for being here. As we were just saying, there is a month for everything.
There is, and thank you for having me.
And a very important month, in fact, because you were just saying a large percentage of Connecticut residents don't even have a will in place.
It's true. We've learned since COVID, at least 2/3 of the state does not have any planning at all.
Wow.
And it's time that we start realizing how important it is to keep doubts, delay in courts, but also we get to make our own decisions for ourselves. Because creating these documents is about empowering ourselves and making our own calls and not letting somebody else do it for you.
And I would imagine the percentage is so large because people think, when I'm sick and I'm older, that's the time to make a will, but that's not really the case.
It's not the case. Most people think I should make my will right when I'm going to pass away or when I'm going to need it. The reality is we have no idea when we're going to need any sort of planning documents. So the earlier we do it, the more control we have. And the other trick that people forget about is just because you made it once doesn't mean it's good. Sometimes we have to update it and make changes. What if you stop talking to someone you named in your documents?
True. So it's a living, breathing document that you just keep working with. Now, we mentioned wills and estate plans. What's the difference between the two?
So a will is a document that only goes into effect when we pass away, which is important because it helps determine who gets our assets when we pass and who's in charge of handling those things. But an estate plan covers everything because we have to talk about our lifetime. I care what happens to my assets when I pass, but I really care what happens tomorrow. I'm alive, I got sick, who's paying my bills? Who's making my medical decisions for me if I can't? Who's making sure my dog's bills are paid? That's an important priority for me. So with an estate plan, I actually encompass everything and not just what happens when I'm gone.
There's so much to consider, and I know at Drazen Rubin Law, you really tackle all things elder law. This is a big part of that. Tell people, you know, where you start in this process. It can seem overwhelming, I would imagine, for a lot of people.
The easiest way is take a sheet of paper and just start writing down things and goals. What am I trying to accomplish? Do I think the person I want to leave money to is responsible, or do I think that, hey, I want to leave them some money, but maybe someone else should supervise them? Who do I trust to be in charge? Who do I trust while I'm alive? Who do I trust when I'm not here to make sure everything is honored? And just writing that down on a piece of paper is actually the perfect starting point to a conversation. And then the next step should just be a conversation. We really just want to talk these things out because a lot of people come in with preconceived notions about what I want to do or what I need. And then you find out as you talk to them, oh, I really didn't mean for it to be that way. I wanted it to be this way. And you just have to talk those things through.
Yeah, very important to keep in mind. And speaking of places to get started, you actually have a really special event coming up in the fall that people should know about.
We do. We have an awesome event that we do every year. It's our Caregiver Symposium. So what we do is we bring in speakers. Sometimes we've had speakers from around the country. We've had speakers from around the world actually come to the event. And it's a full-day event for people who are caregivers for children with special needs or adults and their parents or seniors who are getting older, for social workers and people in the long-term care field to come and get an education and learn about new things and technology and events that are out there and educate themselves for how they should take care of themselves in the future.
Well, that is great. And November 13th, that is coming up. They can learn more on your website.
Absolutely.
Perfect. We have that right there, drazenrubin.com. Stephen Rubin, we appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
As always, and we will be right back.